fucking god. It is way too fucking hot in here for studio lights. I am sweating really fucking bad. Ugh. Ugh. Well, it's a good thing I have a glass of Coca-Cola to cool me down. This is actually Dr. Pepper. I'm not sponsored. It's good though.
Captain, there you are!
What is it, Roz?
I'm so sorry to interrupt, sir, but it's urgent.
Spit it out!
I have news that there is new support headed our way.
Well, if that is true, then I suppose it is time for... Support Report!
Well, hello there, my darlings. How's it going? My name is Craig, and welcome to Support Report. It has been so long since I've done one of these, but today for you guys, if you haven't heard of this news, kind of a special day. We finally got some new 6 Samurai cards, and they're not very good. Fuck. Okay, so we got 4 new 6 Samurai cards known as the Shadow 6 Samurais. They're kind of interesting because they don't really inherently mix with a lot of the current 6 Samurai cards that we have besides them, so it is kind of odd to see what Konami is doing with the direction they're taking these Shadow 6 Samurais, but I am going to relay all of their effects to you and then sort of give you my thoughts on them as a whole. So real quick before I kind of give you the effects of all of these, I'm going to tell you this one effect that they all have in common, that way I don't have to tell you the same effect over and over. If exactly one 6 Samurai monster you control and no other cards would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So bear that in mind, for every single one of these cards, they all share that effect. So we're going to start off with Shadow 6 Samurai Kizaru. Now Kizaru's unique effect, by the way, he is a level 4 Earth Warrior, 19 attack, 1000 defense. When this card is special summoned, you can add one 6 Samurai monster from your deck to your hand that has a different attribute from any monster you control. That's not too bad. It's a search, it's a free search, which is nice. The main way you're going to get that special summon is pretty much either from Double-Edged Sword Technique or Kigeki. Either one of those are pretty much going to trigger this effect of the special summon. And then the rest of the effect is basically what I told you before, the protection effect from Grave. So Kizaru is okay. A decent rotary type card, just to get you that 6 Samurai. So not too bad, pseudo Stratos, but I wish he did a little bit more. But not terrible, certainly not terrible. I definitely, by the way, unfortunately, none of the Shadow 6 Samurais really share any common stats with other 6 Samurais, so right off the bat, asceticism is kind of dead for these guys, unfortunately. It is kind of saddening, but oh well, what are you going to do? It's another reason Konami really dropped the ball, because asceticism would be really useful with the main mechanic of how these guys are going to work, which you'll understand once I mention the rest of the cards. So that's Kizaru. He's a level 4 Earth Warrior, 19 attack, 1000 defense, and there are his effects. So not terrible. Let's move on to the next one. So moving on to Shadow 6 Samurai Hatsume. So Hatsume is a level 3 Water Warrior, 16 attack and 15 defense, and her unique effect is you can banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from your graveyard and or face up from your field, then target 1 6 Samurai monster in your graveyard except a copy of herself, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Shadow 6 Samurai Hatsume once per turn. Again, not awful, but it doesn't really work if you don't have kind of an established setup already. And because you don't have the asceticisms to be live for these guys, it's very hard to kind of get enough 6 Samurais in play early game to make them at all effective. So I'm hoping some future cards are going to come into play, but I'm sort of getting ahead of myself here, giving you too many opinions for them as a whole, but yeah, that's basically the effect. It's a spec, which is nice. It can revive certain things, and it can revive any 6 Samurai monster, which is really, really good. So if you have a Xian Engrave, it can revive that. If you have, but just any 6 Samurai Engrave, it can revive that. But the fact that it doesn't limit you means you can revive Xian, which is really, really nice. So that is Hatsume. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one is Shadow 6 Samurai Genba, a level 2 Fire Warrior, 500 attack and 2100 defense, not bad for a level 2. So Genba's effects are, when this card is normal summoned, you can target one of your banished 6 Samurai monsters, add it to your hand, and then the rest is, again, the same effects, the protection effect from Grave. That isn't good, because you have to normal summon it, and you only get really one normal summon with 6 Samurais. There's no sort of card effect within the archetype that gives you an additional normal summon, unfortunately. There are a lot of special summon effects. There are ways you can make plays without using your normal summon, but a lot of the time you're going to have to use that normal summon, so this, in my opinion, just doesn't work out too well. I really wish it would just spec the banished one instead of adding it back to hand. It just doesn't play into the 6 Samurai style, in my opinion, of just adding it back to your hand. I mean, if you can add a Kizan or a Grandmaster back to hand, that's not terrible because you can just spec it then at that point, but it's just very limiting and just it's not powerful enough, it's not quick enough, it's too slow for today's game. Yeah, that's Gemba. So let's move on to the next monster, which is kind of a pseudo new boss monster for 6 Samurais. Shadow 6 Samurai Rihan. We got a fusion! Wow! That is cool. That is really cool. I did not expect 6 Samurais to get a fusion. However, kind of makes sense because we already have the Synchro and the Xyz. The Xyz, it's not very good, but we have the Synchro and the Xyz already, so yeah, make a fusion. That makes sense. So I didn't see it coming, but it makes sense that we get a fusion. So I'm going to relay the effects to you, and again, it has that generic protection effect as always. However, the protection effect is slightly different. I'll actually read it to you once we get there, but here is Rihan. So Rihan is a level 5 warrior light, 24 attack, 2400 fusion monster. Now, it's a contact fusion, so the materials for it is 3 6 Samurai monsters with different attributes. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard. You don't use polymerization, so again, like I said, contact fusion. Cannot be used as a fusion material. Really wish it didn't have that for no reason, but whatever. Once per turn, you can banish 1 6 Samurai card from your hand or face up from your field, then target 1 card on the field, banish it. If a 6 Samurai monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So a similar protection effect to the others, however, it just is a widespread protection from not just card effect, it's from battle as well, and it's not just if one would be destroyed, it's just any amount. So the protection effect is slightly better. However, I really wish it wasn't 3 6 Samurais with different attributes. That is ridiculous. That is asking a stupid amount. I've been doing some testing with the deck, really trying to make it practical, and honestly, it just doesn't really work. I've tried so many different builds with this deck already with these guys, just in the course of today alone. I've been, I spent quite a few hours on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro really trying to hammer this deck together and make it something solid, and it's just not working. Unfortunately, with the Shadow 6 Samurais, making the deck to the point where you can consistently get out 3 different attribute 6 Samurais for this guy is very difficult to do. On top of that, you have to banish a 6 Samurai from your hand or face up on your field. That's a 6 Samurai card, but what are you gonna use? Outside of maybe United, which I guess I can see that's staying around, but you'd want to get the draws from that. You wouldn't really want to banish that, so you're going to be banishing a monster. So even though it's a 6 Samurai card, you pretty much always going to be banishing a monster. I really wish it was from grave and not from hand. It's already limiting enough with the 3 different attributes. So this just doesn't work in my opinion as a boss monster. I'm really going to try my best to make these Shadow 6 Samurais good, but this is a very difficult achievement in my opinion for not much of a payoff of just getting that one interruption. I wish Konami did something more with the archetype, because I'm a big advocate for 6 Samurais. I love 6 Samurais, I really, really do. One of my favorite decks of all time, a very cool and unique playstyle, a bunch of different builds you can make for the deck. Konami just, in my opinion, could have really done something cool with them and given them something a little bit better than this. However, I'm gonna give it some time, see if any more support comes out for that Shadow 6 Samurai sub-archetype of 6 Sams, because they really don't mix hugely well with current 6 Samurai stuff outside of Kageki and Kizan. Kizan being able to special summon for the Earth attribute or the Grandmaster, either one works fine. It just is very difficult to really integrate the current support with these guys to make it super practical. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to make this work, and hopefully they bring out some more cards for the Shadow 6 Samurai Saga sub-archetype here to really make it work. As it stands, the deck is just not very good. In my opinion, just stick to the standard 6 Samurais and you're gonna have a lot more success. This just isn't good enough in my opinion, and that makes me sad, but there's not much we can do about it. It's so humid! Kill me. So that's kind of the new 6 Samurai support as a whole, the Shadow 6 Samurais. I'm really kind of disappointed here because Rihan is not the worst card in the world, but it certainly isn't good enough of a card to justify the effort it takes to bring him out. You get one interruption. Hold up. It's not even a quick effect! It's not even a quick effect. Oh, good God! What the fuck? I'm not even playing this up for a comedic effect. I'm just fucking upset. I thought it was a quick effect! I know it doesn't say during either player's turn, but in my head I was like, you know, this card's so underwhelming, I just inserted the word during either player's turn. I inserted that term myself into the card because it seemed so underwhelming as it was. It's not even a quick effect. Fuck me. Now I'm fucking angry. I was disappointed before, but now I'm just fucking angry. I'm actually really fucking annoyed right now. I'm genuinely angry. I thought that was better than it was. Rihan sucks! These Shadow 6 Samurais... Kizaru can kind of mix in with the current support, but everything else sucks! Rihan, fuck you! Konami, fuck you! Shadow 6 Samurais! Get better support, or fuck you! I'm genuinely angry and disappointed right now! What the fuck? My brain legitimately inserted the term during either player's turn into... Let me check that again. I don't fucking believe this. I genuinely don't fucking believe that. Did I just insert the term in there? I did, didn't I? Once per turn you... I haven't felt this angry about a card's release or this disappointed in a long time. Seriously, all pretending aside, all entertainment and showmanship aside, I'm not playing this up for laughs. I'm actually fucking angry. What the fuck, Konami? Are you serious? It's just a card game, but what the fuck? 3 monsters. You want me to give up 3 monsters for this fucking piece of steaming dog shit? No. No, I fucking won't. Konami, fuck you. Fuck this card. Fuck your Shadow 6 Samurais. I will stick to my fucking Naturia Beast and Shien spam. Thank you very much. Alright. Oh my god. This... Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'm still angry. I really am. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the support. You can probably tell my fucking opinion. I was honestly slightly optimistic up until that moment. You could probably see in the video. I'm gonna just that moment that I suddenly clicked and went, wait, was it even a quick effect? You get one interruption. In my head, I was really inserting that term. Anyway, watch out for a new series coming to TCFU Kill very soon. I have some plans. I really do have some plans to get some good quality, really good quality content on the channel. I have a really, really fun idea for you guys. I hope you're going to enjoy this new series when it does come along. Give it a little while here. It's going to be coming very soon. I'm being very vague, but I don't want to give much away. But anyway, as always, I appreciate every single one of you watching. Take care, and all on. And don't play fucking Shadow 6 Samurais.